A lot of people will use the soft, which is basically just the tubed watercolor. It's expensive. I use Reeves because they're less expensive, less quality, but it works. It really does. Another one is the hard, which is basic palette, and it's all hard. It's all situated out there. You can use this as, like what I do, as your palette to mix colors that you want. I personally think it's a little easier than the tubed watercolor because it's easier to get your colors and it's easier to make softer colors with, but a lot of people prefer the tubed, and I can understand why, because they create a more vibrant color and deeper colors. It all is basic preference. I would say practice with each and see which one you like best, and that's really all I can say. For those, you're going to want actual watercolor brushes. Don't just go out and buy paint brushes. They will not work. There is a difference between acrylic brushes and watercolor brushes. This is an acrylic brush. This is a watercolor brush. Acrylic is made to move heavy paint. Watercolor is not. It's very soft bristled. They're usually smaller. I just think if you can't paint a house with an art paintbrush, and you can't paint a picture with a house brush, so you're going to have to get the right tools. And next, I would like to talk about paper. What I have here is just a sketchbook, basic sketchbook paper from my local store. Sketchbook, sketch diary. Another thing that a lot of people I know will use is printer paper. I don't know if you use it or if anybody else uses it, but a lot of people will use it. It's pretty good. I would not use it for any wet media. I would not use it for a lot of anything. I would not use it for like, if you're going to do anything that you want to look professional, like, it doesn't have the texture to layer anything up, any pencil, any pastels. It doesn't have the thickness for markers, so you can layer up colors, and it just doesn't have the body to hold up to any paints. But if you insist on saving money and don't mind using normal paper, that's perfectly fine. It works quite well. I use it myself quite a bit when I'm sketching and when I'm inking regular pages and I don't want to use up better paper. Also, what I have right here is watercolor paper. It's a watercolor pad. Watercolor paper it's a very thick paper. It's very grooved, and that's to hold the pigment. And its basic use is watercolor. A lot of people will use it with Copic and Prisma markers. A lot of people use it with graphite, which is basic ebony pencils. A lot of people will use it for a lot of other things. It's a good paper, it's very sturdy, and it's very expensive. So if you're planning on it, you should get out and expect to spend a little. And that's all I can think of at the moment. So I hope I helped somebody and didn't just bore you all.